sitting here calling a match with Shark Boy.
It is absolutely an honor as well to be here as well, sir, calling this matchup. And with Shark Boy, Hager is phenomenal in the ring. He has a really tough matchup here to start off this matchup with Blackwell.
No knock on Blackwell, certainly, because Blackwell is definitely, and I say this about everybody I know, he's a hell of a competitor.
Right.
But he really is. I've been in there in the ring with him, and kind of in the vein of a Gold Dust or an Adrian Street, you think, okay, he's getting into my head, he's very flamboyant, but he is actually a very credentialed in-ring wrestler and performer. So you can't knock that just because he's a little unorthodox, if you will.
Well, right there, outsmarting Hager a little bit, trying to go for a Karanova tie-up, ducking underneath, and now trying to...
And there's the flamboyant stuff that I was talking about. Here we go with that pad out of his ring gear. I'm not sure that referee Ganymede should allow that.
Right.
He didn't have that on at the beginning. It has to be a foreign object.
Right.
It can't smell good. Well, I can attest to it. It doesn't smell good.
So let me ask you this then. Given Hager's experience, will that help him in trying not to be out-game planned?
I think Hager just answered you right there. He just pulled out his own gimmick. And I know it's like a PGS show. He pulled out his own gimmick. It was an elbow pad there.
Right.
You know, Hager's going to go toe for toe or elbow for elbow with Blackwell. He's not going to fall for any of the BS that Blackwell's going to do there tonight.
No, not at all. Hager's way too experienced and now going with a test of strength, but now back tripping Hager a little bit, taking him down, showing the strength off here of Blackwell, but Hager's right back on top, right back in the midst of it. Now, test of strength wise, as far as like strategic elements, what does this teach your opponent about what they're trying to do to you, or the game plan going into?
It's clearly two guys trying to prove who's stronger, and obviously somebody like Blackwell, who has a lower center of gravity, who's a little bit stockier, may have an advantage, but he didn't. You saw that clearly Mr. Hager was doing well, and that's when you had to have a shortcut there by Blackwell.
Yep.
Proving he's kind of a jackass there, but he's about to get lit up for it.
And there you see the chest absolutely collapsing on Blackwell, lighting up the chest like that Christmas tree we were talking about earlier. And
there was a Christmas tree out here? I'm confused. I know I've been drinking a lot, but I thought it was only August.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
very COVID Christmas with Matt Sextel. Okay.
Hey, and Christmas is August.
I'm down with that.
This is a good right here. Live wrestling in Augusta, Georgia. You can't get any better than that. Christmas come in August, so this is absolutely phenomenal to see as you have Hager now being backed into the corner, but also has a headlock on Blackwell.
Mason Brix with that back tag that clearly Jim Cornette would be trapping himself right now. Because you got to get hand to hand. Danny Meade, referee, I guess is being a little lax tonight. That's okay. Because clearly I believe in the rules. I believe in pure professional wrestling. You made senior wrestling.
Right. Is there anything that Jim Cornette does not criticize nowadays?
I'm sure he would be a huge fan of the rock and roll model Matt Sextel.
And as you see right there, a huge suplex, but keeping the clutches on.
Clearly Brix is the human suplex machine in his orange and black singlet. He's saying FTW right now. Oh, he's blocked on that one.
Trying for a third one, but Blackwell sees it coming and blocks it, and then absolutely goes for punches in the midsection, and then a forearm straight to the mush of Brix.
Clearly, like right in the eyes too, and that's not a fair competitive thing to do.
No, but if you do that, if you blind one eye, you have a significant advantage going.
Are you talking about advantage? You've got K-Toomer in there right there. Like that's a hoss. Like we talk about professional wrestling about hoss fights. That's a hoss.
Absolutely, and not only that, but when you have moves that they come down like a splash, or when you have moves that K-Toomer would leave his feet for, it's significantly higher impact because of the stature of Toomer.
And like Mason Brix is winning me over right here because he's clearly showing no fear.
Right,
like, then maybe he should have.
But then there's another aspect to Toomer's game is you see that quickness there, outsmarting Brix with that leg sweep of Mason Brix there. You would not think a guy would be able to move that size would be able to move like Toomer does. But
he moves well, and then I think he's only been wrestling a few years, but he moves much better and much quicker and much more intelligently than somebody that's only been a few years in the wrestling business. And he clearly knows that he's in control now. He's going to take his time with Brix.
Right. And you can tell he studies wrestling from all over the world because especially from Japan, as he's wearing a shirt that absolutely embodies Japan. And
I mean, fun fact, I once performed on an all-women's show in Japan, so I clearly know a thing or two about Japanese professional wrestling.
And from your take, because I do as well watch a lot of like New Japan, Wrestle One when it was going on, and some stardom stuff. So talk a little bit about the learning curve over in Japan that K-Toomer admires, and what you've seen over there in learning about the Japanese style.
It's obviously a strike-based offense a lot of times, and you can see that with K-Toomer, with in the corner there with those hard, stiff chops, and then a fantastic spine buster there from Odom.
Absolutely.
Who's more of your traditional American power guy, and dare I say body guy. He's a put together. Could be an athlete in any sport, and obviously chosen professional wrestling. Not really staying on Brix, and there you go, didn't stay on him, allowing Shark Boy to come in.
I was just about to say that could be a mistake when you get a fresher man in like Shark Boy, who has experience all around the world, as we mentioned earlier. It could possibly be a tough hill for Odom to climb.
I mean, Shark Boy's going to show right here. He's going to wrestle circles around Matt Odom. Because Shark Boy's been doing this for quite a while, a lot longer than Matt Odom has. He's probably going to teach a thing or two to Matt Odom. But there you go. There's that size advantage, that body guy, if you will. Matt Odom showing that there's no way that a tackle's going to drop him.
So let me ask you this: is there in the world of wrestling that you see right here with Shark Boy's quickness and Matt Odom's power? Is there in any world where power would out-finesse or out-strategize quickness?
He's got to ground him. That's number one, because obviously if Shark Boy's moving, and then there you go, Shark Boy outwitting him. You trip the big guy. The power doesn't matter. We're all the same size. We're all the same height on the mat.
Right. And Shark Boy trying to get the fans riled up here and does so. And now Matt Odom
and this is where clearly, as your three-man team, you have to regroup. Your strategy was working for a while. When you had the big man K-Toomer in there, it was working just fine. Now Odom's in there. Now they're thrown off their game. You regroup. You get back. You implement your strategy, and you go back to what brought you to the dance, to use what good old JR said.
So if you're Toomer and you're Blackwell here, are you talking strategy about how to combat Shark Boy if you get a chance to get in that ring to face him?
Absolutely. This is where you take one of your three timeouts in the first half. You kind of come over there, huddle up, and say, hey, what we're doing is not working. Like, how do we combat the experience and the quickness of Shark Boy? And this is how you do it. You prove that you're this taller, stronger, bigger man.
Because remember, Shark Boy has been in the ring for Alex Shelley's of the world. With guys like that, and he's had a ton of experience with bigger athletes as well, not only in Impact Wrestling, but all around the world. So he has experience, and he can use to his advantage against Matt Odom.
Which we saw right there with the drop kick out of the test of strength. Showing he's a little bit smarter, a little bit wittier, a little bit quicker in mind and nimbleness than Matt Odom. So yeah, and now here again, like I said, that should be your strategy. You're grounding the bigger man.
Isolating the arm right now, putting a lot of his body weight, forcing him with the body weight on Shark Boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly having his way with him right now, and as he should, proving that he's the experienced, grizzled vet that Shark Boy is. And there we go. Let's go ahead and just rip that arm out of the socket. A guy with no arm is not going to win professional wrestling.
Arm swept there, and then a nasty elbow to the kisser of Shark Boy.
And this, I was going to say, this is where you need to get the fresh guy in there. You ground Shark Boy. Obviously, Odom's hurting already. Now, I think his tailbone's hurting as much as his arm. And there's that patented ass bite from Shark Boy.
Shark Boy is killer with that keister bite, and sends Odom all the way out to the floor. And now Brix tags in from Shark Boy, wanting a piece of the action here.
See, I'm hoping we see like this, running 720 to the floor from Brix. But Odom's back in, so I don't get my wish.
Now, Brix, you alluded to it just a minute ago. Brix can fly too, even though he's more of a kind of a ground and pound type. He has the advantage of being able to
he probably, of his team, definitely is a little lighter on his feet than his two tag team partners. But you're not going to fly when the big man K-Toomer is pouncing you halfway across the ring.
Tag right there from Odom. Toomer comes in and just shellacks Brix right there with a spear, plants him on the ground. Now the objective for Brix is to catch your breath a little bit after that shot.
And your objective for Blackwell, Odom, and Toomer, obviously, is you isolate this man. Right. You make sure he can't get over there with his other two fresher tag team partners, and you drop him on his head with a Saito suplex.
Saito suplex, and not only that, but then you cut off that way the ring in half like they're doing now. Keep Toomer around when you get it there, so that way you can frequently tag in and out and keep the pressure on your opponents.
Absolutely, and then you make sure you goose the man like this, and you take him far away from his tag team partners. But still, Brix showing he's got a little fight left in him. Maybe not the smartest strategy.
Heart, willpower, and muster is all.
Toomer's got to get him away from his tag team partners, right? And there you go. You make sure, grab him. And the thing is, with a pin like that, even if you're not necessarily going to win the match, you're making him have to breathe out. You're making him have to use that muscle memory. You're making him have to use some effort. And there you go. Now we can work Brix over in the corner.
And using a little bit of a double team advantage in the process. And now Blackwell tags in, and he is in full and firm control of Brix right here. You would think it would be to Brix's advantage to get a tag into either Shark Boy or Hager right now.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of Hager, a big fan of Brix, and certainly a big fan of Shark Boy. So I'm not liking seeing this, but it's smart professional wrestling from the other three-man team, Toomer, Blackwell, and Odom. Like I said, they've isolated that ring. Now they draw Shark Boy in. Danny Maid, referee, is going to go with him. And now you can kind of have your way with Brix, utilize that 5 count for a little longer. Some people might not like it, but it's smart strategy.
So in essence, right there, with the ref turn to keep Hager and Shark Boy at bay, it was almost like a 3-on-1 handicap match.
Exactly.
And it just appeared in time.
There's not a man in professional wrestling, Brix or otherwise, that's going to be able to beat 3 men by himself.
Right. And that's again, when you're a tag team, that's a really good strategy to use when you can get the advantage of that, because it takes more gas out of your opponent's tank.
Absolutely, and you're making Brix work harder, and the harder he works, the easier it's going to be to pin him, and that's why you isolate him from the 2 freshmen in the corner. I can't emphasize that enough. You look at Brix right now. Brix is a professional athlete, but he's not going to be able to withstand this beating if you isolate him and do a 3-on-1 beatdown that you alluded to. How's that for a man who drinks all the time? I said alluded. I've used a lot of SAT words.
I'm telling you what, man, it's smart all the way around, and then add on a couple more drinks.
I think so. I get smarter the more I drink, because I are stupid when I'm not drinking.
Well, at the same time, it's like that college curriculum.
Exactly. Like I teach, beer drinking 2201.
Exactly. So sign up with with Matt Sexel. But not only that,
all right, now this is the opportunity that Mason Briggs has to make the tag to one of the freshmen in his corner. Because that's the only chance he has. Brix, that was his last-ditch effort, that clothesline to Blackwell.
And then Blackwell now is trying to get over to Toomer and Odom. So I think you're the first one to be able to tag in would have the advantage in firm hand here.
And that would be Odom, but here comes Shark Boy. So don't discount Shark Boy. Strong strikes from Shark Boy. Oh, Cheryl. Yeah, I'll say it again. I've done it once, I'll do it again.
Shark Boy coming down.
The only man with a better Steve Austin impersonation than me is Shark Boy.
And he has perfected it over the years, coming down with a hard fist onto Matt Odom, who's now in for the team of Blackwell, Toomer, and Odom. And Shark Boy raining down some hard fisticuffs to the kisser right now.
So we have beer drinking curriculum, and now we have mathematics as well, because the crowd's counting along with them.
Not only that, but wrestling as well.
So we are teaching a full college course here tonight.
I'm telling you what, you have been a great teacher, especially on commentary, here for all the fans to listen to as well.
It's a problem, you put him too close to his corner, and a man like Toomer's there, like, it's not going to work.
And now, Toomer's getting shellacked here by Shark Boy with a couple of fists. And Shark Boy there teaching Toomer a lesson with that patented kiss off the leg there. And
no matter how big you are, a knee to the jaw is going to knock you down. Same with a rude awakening.
And it's almost like a Jeff Hardy jawbreaker in its uniqueness too. But I've not been able to see very many people try and pull that jawbreaker off like Shark Boy does.
Right. And it's a unique offense, comes from a different angle, and so your opponent's not prepared for it. And so it's that much more effective.
Matt Odom is charged up and fired up against.
And of course, my favorite maneuver, a stunner.
1, 2, oh! Shark Boy with his patent stuns Odom Blackwell.
Well, sir, it has been a pleasure and an honor to call this match with you.
Yes, sir.
I have some sort of professional wrestling title match I need to go prepare for. So I thank you for having me, and we'll celebrate with beer as I'm the Livewire champion later.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mansell. It is an honor to make that happen.
Karl, Hager, Mr. Brix, Indiana legend Shark Boy.
So again, a very hard-fought match by Blackwell, Toomer, and Odom. But Shark Boy, Brix, and Hager pull out the W, and then Hager and Brix try to take out the monster of K-Toomer. Shark Boy, after he dropkicked stunning Toomer from Hager and Brix, comes back and stuns K-Toomer to the delight of you watching at home on Twitch, and also the fans here in the Armory watching Livewire Live.